Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, Rick Velotta joins us. He covers gaming and tourism for Las Vegas Review-Journal, here for the whole show on the all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
The new year is bringing new ways to win big during the $175,000 Winter Wonderland giveaways at Tamarack Casino. Win up to $5,000 in cash every week and a top prize of $20,000 in cash during the grand finale drawing. Your good times are at Tamarack Casino.
Meet Nevada Health Link, Nevada's official health insurance marketplace. Your link to savings, selection, free assistance, and name brand health insurance, where 90% of enrollees lower the cost of their monthly premium. Everyone deserves access to quality health coverage, no matter your income or family size. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com. A few minutes could save you hundreds of dollars per month.
Nevada Health Link. Our plans are made for your plans.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
Pro Group Management specializes in providing industries with the necessary components to satisfy and exceed workers' comp requirements. Every business has unique needs and specific regulations. Pro Group Management stays ahead of the curve, providing up-to-date services to keep your industry in top form. Discover how we simplify your tasks, improve efficiency, and reduce expense to keep you moving in a positive direction. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're always delighted to welcome back to the program Rick Velotta. He covers tourism and gaming for the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Pleasure to have you back, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me, Sam.
Let's start out with prediction markets.
Oh my gosh.
This...
How much time do we have?
Well, you got the whole show, man, and we have to do 2. That's fine as well. I was saying to Joe Asher the other day from Boomer Sportsbook that it seems to me that these prediction markets are in a way disruptive in the same way that Uber and Lyft were, that they're companies that come into a market and they're disruptive, but they have so much money behind them that they can fight as many lawsuits as you want to put up. Talk to the cab industry in Las Vegas or around the country about how well they did fighting Uber and Lyft. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, when you put it in that kind of context, I think it's interesting that there are actually some people in the industry who feel like maybe this is something that we need to look at and embrace, because they know that the prediction markets do have a lot of money and they do have a lot of backing, and frankly, they probably have a lot of customers too. Although I've never seen a disclosure as to how many customers some of the larger ones have. However, I think that the fact that there are people out there who are considering, gee, what should we be getting into this type of prediction as far as gambling is concerned, that tells me that maybe they've seen the writing on the wall that perhaps this is kind of like an Uber Lyft situation with the cab industry.
Do you think that at some point it's going to be unavoidable for the Gaming Control Board and the Gaming Commission to have to figure out a way to legalize this industry and tax it?
I think that if they can get a means to generate revenue through tax, they probably will be happy with that. Right now, they kind of need to hold firm to their belief that this is a form of sports gambling, and that the only way that these companies should participate is if they are vetted properly, the same way sports books are vetted. and go through the procedure of being licensed. That's a pretty arduous process, and I'm kind of not even sure why with the number of resources that prediction markets have, why they haven't done that already. I think that that's something that would benefit them. Certainly, the regulators in our state and in other states want to stay above board, and they want to be able to control different aspects of this, including the taxation piece, as well as the problem gambling piece and the underage gambling piece. Those are really important, I think, to the regulators, and they want the prediction markets to conform the same way as sports books do.
I hadn't thought about problem gaming and underage gamers, but you're absolutely right. That would be something that's an area of concern. But then I look at a company like Caesars that took over William Hill, and that's direct competition for them. Does it make sense? And I realize, this is not a conversation you've had necessarily with Caesars, but would it make sense for a company like Caesars to actually get into the prediction market business if allowed in certain states?
Well, I think that's the solution that some other companies that are not licensed in Nevada have made already. You look at DraftKings and those big national sports, sports books. They're actually looking at adopting some kind of a model involving prediction markets. So it's been thought of already, and obviously those that are licensed in Nevada cannot do that because they would be flying in the face of our gaming control board policy regarding that. And the control board has been very clear about stating that if you involve yourself in prediction markets, your license is going to be at risk. And, the MGM, Caesars, and William Hills of the world are not going to put that at risk, not in this state.
No, not to say the least there. I wanted to talk to you about Rob Goldstein of Las Vegas Sands. Las Vegas Sands ownership is the same ownership as the Las Vegas Review-Journal, and we should point out. But I remember interviewing Rob Goldstein in about 2003. And back in those days, it was at a conference that one of the law firms put on. And he couldn't have been nicer. He couldn't have been kinder. I sent him back then a VHS tape of his appearance on the program, and he sent me a handwritten note thanking me. And I've just always been impressed on a personal level, but also on what an incredible job he's done carrying out the wishes of Sheldon Adelson, but in his own right, growing Las Vegas Sands into this incredible company. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. I think that Rob's going to be missed when he departs next month. Although I guess it's kind of not a full departure because he's still going to be an advisor to the company. But over the years, Patrick Dumont, who is the chief operating officer, has learned a lot from him, and I think he would say it's going to be a big loss when Rob ends up leaving the company in terms of the day-to-day operation. So, I kind of echo the things that you have said, Sam. He's a very decent guy, very thorough in his interviews that I've had with him, pretty upfront about things. He'll tell you when things are bad. He'll tell you when things are good. And for the most part, they've been good lately for Las Vegas Sands Corp.
Well, look at the last quarter. I mean, he's not going out on a low tide here. He's going out on the highest tide imaginable.
Yeah, that the Singapore property is, and I believe you've been there.
Yes.
It's just an amazing place, and some of the things that they've invested in that they're going to make that even more impressive than it is now. Hard to believe that it could be better than it is, but that's what their goal is. And certainly the world has taken notice, and people who visit Singapore always remark about how incredible Marina Bay Sands is, and how much, there's only 2 casino resorts there, and how much more impressive that one is than the other one from Genting, which, um, in its own right, it's a good place. I've been there as well, and they've kind of hitched their wagon to a theme park, so it's just kind of a different style, different audience, I think. But certainly those who go to Marina Bay Sands come away very impressed.
Well, and the growth path for them is incredible, which is they're building that new tower, which will be the fourth
Right.
tower, and it's for the luxury market. When you think about what's the product is in the current 3 towers they have, that already is way beyond anything. So I can't imagine how amazing that's going to be. And then
Yeah,
I believe,
I've always thought the 3 towers were very luxurious.
oh my goodness. And then what, 15,000 seat arena at the bottom of it?
Right.
So, I mean, that it's just phenomenal. And the thing that's cool, because my wife was very concerned that they were going to screw up the iconic 3 towers with the swimming pool on top of the 3 towers. And then when the Israeli architects' designs came out, you can see that that 4th tower is far enough away from the main building that it won't interfere at all.
Yeah, it's the sight lines are still good. I think that once they get that built, people will realize that it's just kind of an auxiliary building. But the beauty of the 3 towers that support the park and the swimming pool on top are, yeah, they're iconic. I mean, people know you're in Singapore when you see that building.
Yes. Yeah. Oh boy. Yes. Was it Crazy Rich Asians? Certainly was a great advertisement for Marina Bay Sands. So while we're in Asia, let's talk about Macau's numbers. The numbers that just came out, essentially double the numbers of Las Vegas.
Yeah, it was an incredible month. One of the things that it's almost hard to believe is that even as good as those numbers were, uh, they still could have been a lot better. And the reason why is that you're comparing um, this month to a year ago, January, and a year ago, January, we had Chinese New Year. Well, Chinese New Year falls in February this year. So can we imagine what February is going to look like and how 2 successive months are going to be um, pretty astonishing for Macau. They seem to have come back with gangbusters from some of the troubles that they've had in the past. So, and I know Sands is happy. MGM is reporting today they're probably going to be happy, and certainly Wynn, which reports later this month, is going to be happy, just because Macau is so important to all 3 of those companies.
Oh yeah, to say the least. Although I think Wynn has finished the interior or the exterior construction of their UAE product, and the road is being built.
Yeah.
You guys were reporting on that at the RJ. They're moving much quicker on building that road than they did in Macau to Hong Kong.
They're just doing astonishing things in the UAE right now because I don't know if you saw the most recent construction that they've got going on or plan they have going on is for uh, residence for the employee staff within a few miles of the resort itself. And the digs there sound incredible. It's like a place I would want to live if I were living out in the middle of the desert like that. So they seem to have some really good ideas. Wynn has a great pipeline for customers directly from London. And I think people that go into the United Arab Emirates are going to want to see that, even though it's kind of a distance away from the larger cities within the UAE and where the Sphere is going to be built, for example.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back much more with Rick Velotta from the Review Journal after this timeout. As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
A power line is more than a power line. It's maintaining the bottom line for small businesses. It's keeping the assembly line moving for our workforce. For our brightest minds, it's meeting a deadline. It's on the front line with our heroes. And on the sidelines of the biggest games. It's a direct line to our loved ones. And it's a lifeline for the most vulnerable. There's a lot on the line.
The trucking industry is the most resilient link in the supply chain, moving 95% of our freight in the Silver State. And while essential, the road isn't always smooth. Supply chain disruptions, rising fuel costs, and unrealistic rules and laws that hamper our ability to serve our customers and country. Our prosperity and every sector of the economy, manufacturing, mining, medicine, and food from farm to table, is tied to trucks. There's nothing without trucking.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Rick Velotta. He covers tourism and gaming for the Las Vegas Review-Journal. So let's talk about the Las Vegas Strip. Fascinating because their response to all the negative news has been to actually cut prices on a lot of things, put together, I saw packages now for entertainment. But what kind of cracked me up was, in the middle of all this, Wynn had said that they were priced appropriately because they, charged a lot for their rooms, but they provided all kinds of amenities to go along with that pricing. And then all of a sudden on Facebook, I'm seeing all kinds of deals for rooms during the week on Wynn. So they had to fold a little bit there too.
Yeah, it's an interesting time on the Strip because you still have a lot of people who are complaining about the pricing, and I think you hit on something there, Sam. That the ones that are higher up, they're going to be happy, and they feel like their customers have the bandwidth to spend the way that they've done so in the past. It's the lower end that I think that you're hearing a lot of the complaints from. You're certainly hearing a lot of complaints from people still about parking, even though that has been relaxed somewhat in many of the resorts. So it's still kind of a moving target right now. I think that they're maybe a little overconfident in what's going to happen with the group business for 2026. They've always said that that's going to be kind of the savior of of Las Vegas, is the fact that conventions and business meetings and those types of things are going to come back very strong. That doesn't help the John Q. public who comes in on a weekend, but it certainly is something that people are paying attention to.
It's funny. You and I have been around long enough to remember the days when nobody cared about the convention business. That was just kind of penny ante, and it was all about the weekends and the high rollers coming in because it was only Nevada and then Atlantic City. And now, without the convention business, they'd all be up the creek.
Yeah, and in the fact that there's been some foresight by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority to upgrade their facility, and it's kind of jump-started some other projects around Las Vegas. Certainly, the as far south as the M Resort, they have new convention facilities as well. I think that people are paying attention to how important that section of the business is. And certainly you're right. We're talking about 20 years ago, people, looked at conventions and meetings as, oh, well, that's just something that we can add on. But I think that then you get to call out Sheldon Adelson for his vision in terms of making the midweek stay for convention years something that was very important and keeps the buildings full during times when people are not traveling on weekends.
All right, let's take another break. More with Rick Velotta, one of the top gaming reporters in the world, right here on Nevada Newsmakers after this.
The points are flying out the door during the Point Party Palooza giveaways going on now at the Carson Valley Inn. Up to 1 million points given away each drawing night. And over 1 million in points guaranteed during the grand prize point explosion. Get in on the action at the Carson Valley Inn.
Welcome to Story County, where history meets innovation, and a pioneering spirit continues to shape our future. At the heart of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, we power the future with global leaders in technology and manufacturing, driving progress that reaches far beyond our county lines. From advanced manufacturing to tech innovation, our industries are creating thousands of quality careers, fueling a vibrant economy that benefits every Nevadan. But it's more than just growth. Our community is our foundation, supporting families, empowering local initiatives, and creating a place where everyone belongs. Be part of a legacy built on bold ideas and boundless possibilities. Join us in building a brighter future right here in Story County. Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
They call him High-Flying Aaron Ford. In just 1 year, Aaron Ford spent 137 days out of Nevada, almost 5 months. While Nevadans were here, working, raising families, dealing with everyday problems, Ford was racking up frequent flyer miles, traveling to France, Singapore, Taiwan, and the Yucatan. Nevada doesn't need a globe-trotting politician. We need an attorney general who shows up. High-Flying Aaron Ford. If he won't show up for this job, why promote him to governor?
It happens. And when it does, there's UMC Quick Care.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Rick Velotta. He covers tourism and gaming for the Las Vegas Review-Journal. One of the things that I find interesting about the Brightline train is that they've got 100 acres down there by Warm Springs. And it's not just about a train station. It's going to be about that whole entertainment area around that. What are you hearing?
Well, I guess to start off with, it's kind of disappointing that they aren't going to be able to deliver it in a time frame that they originally thought, because I was looking forward to going to the Los Angeles Olympics on the train, but I guess that's not going to happen. But the fact that they are building it so close to some of the other big amenities is not that far from Allegiant Stadium, for example. Anytime there's a big event at Allegiant Stadium, whether that's a Raiders football game, a college football game, hint, hint, we're in the hunt for another Super Bowl eventually. We're also going to host the national championship for collegiate football next year. Of course, the train won't be ready by then. But the fact is that we're in the pipeline for all these big events, and the fact that the stadium and even T-Mobile Arena are not that far from where the train station is being built, that's a big plus in terms of drawing audience from Southern California as well.
I saw some drawings of T-Mobile, their arena, with a huge expansion. Can you share anything about that?
It's still pretty early in the game, but the Vegas Golden Knights ownership has pledged some money toward that. making the arena even better than it is now. And all things considered, I think that T-Mobile is a pretty nice place to go see a, a basketball game or a hockey game. Pretty amazing sight lines there. Great vibe inside the building. How can it get better? Well, we haven't seen all the details yet of what they're going to enhance with, but certainly it's something that is going to bring an even better entertainment experience to people who go to that venue.
And it seemed like it was almost going to, from the pictures I saw, it was almost going to double in size height-wise.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm still kind of wrapping my head around in terms of how they're going to do that. But I guess that the architecture has been in place that permits that to happen. One other thing that I mentioned about the train station, it's going to be close to the A Stadium as well. That's not too far away from. In fact, it's closer. The train station is closer to the A Stadium than T-Mobile is, but it's quite a development, and it's going to be quite a project once it gets completed.
Man, I can't wait. I mean, and I'm sure that Tony Marnell and Sig Rogich will be thrilled the day that they get to ride on that train.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's where we got to leave it. Rick Velotta, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. You're looking great.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, and we'll be right back.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to caanv.org.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
Welcome to the Ahern Boutique Hotel, where luxury and warmth come together in the heart of Las Vegas.
We take pride in offering a one-of-a-kind experience for both locals and tourists.
Join us for handcrafted cocktails and an unforgettable experience.
Joel's Chop House, the perfect place to savor views of the Las Vegas Strip.
Satisfy your cravings at the Ahern Chocolate Shop.
No smoking, no resort fees, and the parking is always free. The Ahern Luxury Boutique Hotel is your home away from home.
It happens. And when it does, there's UMC Quick Care.
Check out our archives section on NevadaNewsmakers.com. Great interviews going back as far as 2002. Really worth watching. We'll see you on the next broadcast.